Addison! There you are. I need to talk.
Hey, Olive. Sorry for the late message. Work got crazy, but thanks for having me over. Your place looks amazing.
Amazing, huh? You wouldn't know amazing if it bit you. Common sense, on the other hand, seems to be lacking entirely.
Excuse me?
Inviting you into my home? A courtesy you clearly don't appreciate. You couldn't even send a thank you text, while everyone else did, ages ago? Is gratitude such a foreign concept?
Look, I get it. But don't you think you're overreacting a bit? I was swamped at work, remember? I barely had time to breathe, let alone message you. It wasn't intentional, Olive. I meant to thank you. Really, your place is beautiful.
Of course you love it. Interior designer. The best money can buy. Something someone like you, chained to a job, can only dream of.
What's your point, Olive?
The point is, you wouldn't understand the luxury of not having to work. Unlike me, unlike someone who married well, organic food, designer clothes, a closet full of brand new labels. I practically live the dream. And the best part? Sharing it with unfortunate souls like you. Don't you just envy this life, Addison? Admit it.
Good for you, Olive, but maybe focusing on acquiring some class before you buy another dress. It might complete the picture a little better.
Did you want to fight, Addison? Because you'll regret picking one with me. I spent all afternoon showing you my home. And this is how you repay me?
Showing? You practically dragged everyone in here, no matter in the choice, then paraded us around like trophies, bragging about some overpriced plant. The whole thing was a waste of time. That's why I left for work as fast as I could.
Enough! You're a thief, Addison.
What? Are you serious? This is insane.
Don't play dumb. You stole from me. Someone from that PTA meeting took my watch. And it has to be you. A poor, envious woman like yourself. Jealousy clouding your judgment. Did you just think you could take a piece of my life?
Jealous? Of you? Olive, are you delusional?
Don't lie. Having a celebrity in your presence must be tough. Returning to your boring life. But that doesn't give you the right to steal from me. It was valuable, Addison. Do you understand? Now give it back. Now.
I told you. I don't have your watch. And when would I have even taken it? I was barely there, rushing to work. You were practically glued to me the entire time. And I never saw any watch.
Lies. All lies, you filthy thief. That watch cost $10,000. You saw it, and you took it.
I don't care how much it costs. I don't have it, Olive. Maybe search your own house. Maybe you misplaced it. Accusing me won't make it appear.
You're lying. I know you are. The jig is up, Addison. Confess and return it.
You're impossible. I have nothing else to say to you. Goodbye, Olive. Hey, honey, when are you coming home? The traffic seems like it's at a standstill today, and I'm starting to get hangry.
I'm on my way right now, honey. It's a nightmare out here. Looks like there's been an accident a few miles back, so everyone's bumper to bumper.
That figures. Well, hurry home safe. Actually, could you do me a favor while you're stuck in traffic? Could you swing by the convenience store outside of the gas station and grab me some donuts or a blueberry muffin? I'm really frustrated because of something stupid that happened with one of the women from the PTA circle. I have to eat something really sweet before I blow up. I swear, if I don't get some sugar in my system soon, I might turn into a raging monster.
Really? You're going to blow up? That bad, huh? Sure thing, honey. If a muffin is enough to keep you sedated, I'll be happy to play hero. Speaking of sugar crashes, oh, that reminds me. I actually had something to tell you. But it completely slipped my mind with all this traffic. One of the women in your PTA circle is married to Smith, right? The really rich guy who throws his money around and acts like he's a celebrity. Even though he clearly isn't. The same one you were saying practically took over the PTA meeting and was bossing everyone around?
Yeah, That's the one who managed to completely tick me off today, actually. What about him? Did he finally get tired of pretending to be something he's not?
I'm not surprised he rubbed you the wrong way. They both seemed like a bit much when we first met them. But now I'm sure of it. Her husband resigned from his job the other day. Just quit out of the blue.
Her husband resigned? Why on earth would he do that? He seems obsessed with his work, always bragging about some big deal he was about to close.
You're not going to believe it, and you're going to believe what I heard about him. Apparently, there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye.
Who did you hear it from? I don't remember saying that you were friends with him, and frankly, I wouldn't want to be. I just can't shake that feeling that something's not right.
Calm down, honey. I heard it from Howard, remember? Apparently, Smith was asking him to introduce me to him the other day.
Introduce you? For what? Frank is starting to sound really suspicious. I hope you're not thinking about getting mixed up in whatever shady business he's involved in. I have a really bad feeling about where this conversation is going. And with every passing second, that feeling's getting worse.
Of course not. But you're right about it being suspicious. I have no intention of accepting anything he's offering me. So don't worry. I'm not that stupid. I'll tell him that. He'll have to find someone else.
He's offering something? Is what he's doing that bad?
I'll tell you everything when I get home. I'll buy your donuts and your blueberry muffin. So hang in there.
Thank you. I'll get dinner ready in the meantime. Are you an idiot? I can't believe you would be so incredibly dense. Do you have any idea how much your accusations are hurting me? I came here to clear my name, not to steal anything else.
Who are you calling stupid? That's my line, and you know it. I've never seen anyone as clueless or as gutsy as you. Why did you waltz back into my house like you owned the place? Did you think you could just disappear with my watch and I wouldn't bat an eyelid?
No, of course not. I came back because you wouldn't stop harassing me with your phone calls. You were saying that I was a coward and running away from the truth. So I took the time, the effort to come all the way back here to show you that I have nothing to hide. But getting punched in the face? That's not how I would imagine this conversation going. What's wrong with you, Olive? Explain yourself. Why would you resort to such violence?
Who do you think you are? Barging in here like nothing happened? You're just some ordinary working woman, barely scraping by. Compared to me? You idiot. I'm a celebrity. There's a world of difference between us.
What does your celebrity status have to do with anything? Just because you think you're better than everyone else doesn't mean you can physically assault people whenever you have a bad day. You attacked me, Olive. That's assault, and it's a crime.
Assault? Don't be ridiculous. You're overreacting. You're the one who suddenly showed up at my doorstep without any warning. It's only natural that I would be startled. You can't play the victim now, Addison. I'm not falling for it. I know what you're up to. People like you, struggling to make ends meet, don't have the smarts or the work ethic to earn a decent living. So the only way you know how to get ahead is by stealing from others. And I won't ever forget what you did to me.
You're saying you won't forgive me for something I didn't even do? You need to be the one begging for forgiveness after assaulting me. This is insane.
I'm telling you, there's no point in lying anymore. The jig is up, Addison. I know for a fact that you stole my watch the last time you were here. And of course, I won't forgive you. You're a common thief. Even if you begged me on your hands and knees, I wouldn't change my mind. You deserve what you got. A punch in the face for good measure.
Stop right there, Olive. You don't have a single shred of evidence to prove that I stole your precious watch. And yet you still punched me? There's something seriously wrong with you. Who punches someone on a hunch? Blaming me for your missing watch just because I was in your apartment is ludicrous, don't you think? I wasn't the only one on that tour, so why point the finger at me?
Because you took the longest to send a simple thank you message after my hospitality. You reek of ingratitude. Of course someone like you with no class would steal from me.
That's your reason? You're kidding, right? How many times do I have to tell you that it wasn't me? You won't even listen to me. You've got a problem. If you think it's okay to punch people just because you believe they've done something wrong, you're jumping to conclusions, Olive.
I don't care what you say. Give me back my watch. I know it was you. You can't make any more excuses. A poor person like you might not be able to recognize brand items that easily, but that watch cost $10,000. I know that you're planning on selling it. You should be happy that I'll let you off with just a punch and didn't call the police on you. If I call the police, your life is over. You'll go to prison. You'll be even poorer when you come out, and no one will trust you with their stuff.
Excuse me? I should be happy? I'm not going to forgive you for what you've done. You're the one that's going to wish you never punched me.
Shut up. Give me back my watch. You're just a thief. So you can't threaten me with anything.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to give you because I never stole anything. You're jumping to conclusions. And I'm going to get my revenge for the way you treated me. You better prepare for a speech because you're going to be begging me for forgiveness.
What? You're just a criminal. Why would I apologize to you? You're the one that needs to beg me for forgiveness. If you don't want to be taken to court, you better give my watch back. I've told you over and over. But it's expensive. And someone like you doesn't deserve to own something that luxurious.
I told you, I can't because I don't have it. I don't want your stupid watch. Or the money I could make if I really did sell it. I'm not interested in brand items like you are. But if you don't believe me, then there's nothing we could do. We've hit a dead end in discussing this, so we need to talk to someone else to work this out for us. I'm confident that I'm innocent in this situation, and that you're the real criminal for assaulting me. So I don't mind going to court like you say. That's the best way to clear this up. We'll have someone else decide who's wrong or right. Happy?
Oh, really? You're happy to go to court? Fine. If that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. I don't need a court to tell me how guilty you are. But obviously you're too poor and stupid to understand, so I'll have my lawyer spell it out for you. You're really going to regret this. You can run and hide and lie all you want, but my lawyer will find out the truth and make you pay for what you've done. Plus, I have money. Unlike you, I can afford the best. And when your stupid lawyer loses your case, you'll be wishing you never answered back to me. You'll finally realize how different our worlds are, and how much better I am than you.
Yeah, sure, we'll see how that works out for you. If you agree on going to court, then let's speak to our lawyers. We'll find a date that suits us well. We're gonna find out who's really in the wrong.
You're the criminal. Of course you're in the wrong. You saw my watch. You deserve to get a punch in the face.
Are you really sure about that? I wonder when you'll finally realize that your watch was never stolen. I wonder when it'll occur to you that your own husband took your watch and sold it. I bet you'll feel really stupid, huh?
What are you talking about?
What's your husband doing for work, Olive? Don't you know? Here's a hint. He's not working for the same company as my husband anymore. You may have thought that you'd be living like a celebrity for the rest of your life, but it looks like your husband has plans of his own. Why don't you ask him about that? Then you'll realize how stupid you've been. You'll find out that your perfect life isn't as perfect as it seems. Boo-hoo.
What are you saying? Are you trying to pin the blame on my husband? How stupid can you get? Why would my husband sell my watch?
Sadly, you're the only person who hasn't noticed that her own husband has been up to something strange lately. You should really talk to him and see what he says. He might try and lie and cover it up, but everyone he's worked with, including my husband, knows the truth.
Knows the truth? What are you saying? He's done.
He resigned from his position at the company last month and became a scalper.
Huh? A scalper? What's that? I've never heard of anything like that. My husband never told me that he resigned. And why would he? He has a great salary and a great position. What's worth throwing all that away? You're just trying to confuse me and draw my attention away from you stealing my watch. Well, I'm not falling for it, Addison. If you keep on saying stupid stuff like that, I'll punch you again.
Olive, listen to what I'm saying, because I've had enough of repeating myself. Your husband became a scalper and started selling your stuff online.
What?
On top of that, he's been recommending it to his previous colleagues, offering to teach them and give them advice on how to sell their things at higher prices. This is how everyone at the office found out why he resigned. He hasn't been just selling things that he bought new. He's been selling your stuff too, since you had plenty of brand items. He must have thought you wouldn't have missed anything. He's been selling them at ridiculous prices too. I'm surprised that anyone would buy anything for that price. But I guess some people are just desperate to look better than other people. Are you sure he hasn't been buying a lot of brand items recently? And they've disappeared without you realizing? Because I heard he's buying secondhand stuff and selling that too. That's how scalpers work. When they buy things new, they buy a lot of the same items so they can sell them off at whatever price they want to. And then they buy secondhand items and change the way to advertise the product by taking better pictures and write stuff like vintage, limited edition to draw people in and sell them at higher prices. Those are the lengths scalpers go to make money.
My husband, a scalper? He hasn't said anything about quitting his job. Are you sure? Has he really resigned? No one's seen him at the office for the past month.
Yeah, I'm sure he was bragging about it to one of his colleagues that found a better job and wanted a partner for him to work with. So he was asking for someone to introduce my husband to him.
I can't believe it. My husband? You're telling me he resigned without telling me?
You told me the other day that he's been working from home the past few weeks, right? Why don't you take a look at his room where he's been working? You'll find plenty of evidence to back up what I'm saying. And you might even find your watch. You might even find that you've been missing a few other things too.
You're joking, right? I still can't believe it. You mean that we can still afford to live in this apartment, even though he resigned? But if he's not the manager in a major company anymore, if he's making money like that, then it means I can't brag about my perfect life anymore. I mean, I'm not special anymore.
Why should I care? You're the only person that ever thought you were special. Because your husband was a manager and earning more money. Were you? Anyway, about the watch you accused me of stealing? Funny enough, it came up on an online flea market site when I search engine for it. I heard from Sarah and the other moms that you made a fuss, sent them all the pictures of the watch I stole that evening we went to visit. So I checked with them and they say it's a match. The watch you said I took, the watch that's online, they're the same ones.
It's been put up for sale on the flea market site? Seriously? You're actually serious about my husband selling my things?
And he set the starting bid at a really incredible price, too. I hope that it's all a mistake and this is just a stranger's watch that happens to be the exact same watch. But the page was created just 2 days ago. I felt like that couldn't just be a coincidence, so I thought I should let you know. It's got nothing to do with me whether your husband sells your stuff or not. That's something you've got to deal with between yourselves. But we can't even confirm whether it's really your watch or not. So I'm going to take your accusations lying down.
Oh my god. If we can't confirm whether it's my watch or not, then maybe it's still possible that you have it. And you tried denying it. But it's still possible you didn't just find that page. You're the one that made it. I can't believe I fell for your lies. There's no way my husband would do anything like that.
Here we go again. How about we talk to the police? They could search my house, but they won't find your watch or any proof that I sold it. Plus, they could find out who really owns the flea market page and confirm that I haven't touched your precious watch. But I wouldn't be worrying about your watch if I were you. I bet you'll be arrested for assault before you even get it back.
Excuse me? Why would I be arrested? Anyone would agree with me that I wasn't wrong for punching you. It doesn't count as assault.
Of course it's assault. No matter how expensive it was, you can't punch people over an accessory. When are you going to get that into your thick head? And you just didn't punch me, remember? You even tried to push me down the stairs. Imagine what might have happened if I didn't grab the handrails. If that doesn't count as assault, I don't know what does. At the very least, I'm going to report it to the police and see what they have to say about it. They can tell us who the real criminal is.
You're going to report this to the police? I did it out of self-defense. The police will side with me if I tell them I felt intimidated by you. That you were going to hurt me.
I think the security camera in the hallway outside your apartment will back everything up. I'm saying it'll prove that you're lying about me intimidating you.
Huh? Security camera?
If the police check the footage on the cameras, it'll show that you punched me. The second you realized it was me when you opened the door. I didn't have any time to provoke you or intimidate you. And I certainly didn't try and hit you first. The camera will prove that you're guilty of assaulting me.
Crap. I completely forgot about the cameras. Okay, then how about we make a deal? How much money do you want? That'll be enough to shut you up, right?
You're offering me hush money? Wow, no thanks. I think you'll need it when my lawyer shuts you down in court. And after your husband gets caught for the illegal activities he's involved in, you're gonna need to save as much money as you still can. Plus, I plan on demanding plenty in compensation anyway.
What do you mean, while I still can?
Your husband resigned from his elite and stable post in one of the biggest companies in the country and became a scalper. Which isn't exactly a promising career. I mean, I can understand the addictiveness. It must be like hitting the jackpot in a casino. But that luck's not going to continue forever. One day he'll be caught. Or one day he's not going to be able to sell the stuff he's bought, and you'll both suffer the consequences. And I have a feeling that the police will be on his tail pretty soon. Since he's trying to sell a guidebook to my husband and some other colleagues. A guidebook for reselling items which he offered for another ridiculous price. Even you've got to agree that that wouldn't be strange if he was arrested for trying to con people.
He was conning people? When?
The guidebook he was selling was full of crap. Olive, and he tried to sell them for $20,000.
$20,000? Would someone actually buy that?
Apparently, one of my husband's colleagues, a pretty naive guy, was seriously thinking about buying it, till my husband stopped him. Your husband tried selling it to Frank, too, but luckily for me, Frank's a little bit too smart to be caught in a trap like that. But sooner or later, someone's gonna get tricked. And I'm pretty sure that your husband will get charged for fraud or something for pulling tricks like this.
Addison, I'm really sorry. I think we had a bit of a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I panicked when I saw that my watch was gone. I swear. I hope that we can talk about this and make up. We've both had some prejudices about one another. But those will disappear and we can forget about all of this once we get to know each other. Would you like to come over for some coffee?
Of course not. You punched me, and you tried to push me down the stairs. How do I know that you won't try to poison me by putting something in my drink? I didn't want to talk, and I didn't want to get to know you. I already know enough to make me feel like I never want to see you ever again. And I think that's a normal reaction for someone who's punched me for no reason.
Don't say that. I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I want us to be friends. Can't we?
I understand that you're finally starting to worry about the consequences of what you've done, but there's no point in trying to sweet-talk me. You're not going to change my mind about talking to the police, and my husband is planning on reporting you to your husband. You'll both have to explain yourself to the police, not to me.
Addison, please. I don't want to lose this lifestyle. Forgive me. Please. I'm begging you. You can't be so heartless.
Even if I could, I wouldn't. You need to learn your lesson. The one that ruined your perfect lifestyle. and you and your own husband, because of your own thoughtless actions, and you've got to pay for them. I doubt you'll be able to enjoy this high-rise apartment for much longer, but do your best. I hope you could find a job, too, once you're out of prison. Addison filed for a report to the police. Both Olive and her husband were called in for questioning. In the end, they were both found guilty of their crimes and were arrested. Olive for her assault on Addison and her husband, and he was arrested for fraud. Their children were taken in by Olive's parents and wouldn't be able to meet their own mother or father until they left prison. Of course, they could no longer live in the high-rise apartment Olive was so fond of. And even when she did get out of prison, a lot of trouble would be waiting for her. She would have to work hard to regain the trust of her friends and loved ones, and would have to go find herself a job in order to pay the debt she owed after paying Addison her compensation. We can only hope that she learned that doing bad things will always come back to haunt her.